ready.
No. Well, I mean, I know it's ready now, so get!
Oh my ear. This is Jackal,
You're welcome.
everybody.
Bless you.
Welcome to the Ilderon Tales. I don't even have the wedding ring on. Anyways, hello and welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is we're playing D&D tonight. This is the Seas and Skies campaign, and yeah, we're back. It's been a hot second.
Woo!
Everything you're going to see tonight is live storytelling, and we're just going to have some fun with it. If you're under the age of 14 and you're watching this, stop and talk to your parents. And let's do a recap of last session. Last session was on the late morning, evening of the 5th of Servant. The party was talking to the Admiral of, the party right now is in the nation of Heimsdale, on the island of Leitris, in the city of Wetchard's Fist, formerly known as Esperana. I will never be able to pronounce that right, even though I made the name. The party was talking to the Admiral and found out that the Admiral was planning to resign from her handling of the situation here in port. The party was able to put together and see that it was actually the Vice Admiral who had been flaming all of the chaos that has been erupting in town. The party presented evidence to the Admiral and confronted the Vice Admiral. They did not accuse him of impropriety to his face, but Admiral Nevi Alarai said she would nevertheless look into the things the party has presented. Amongst them, the party learned on the spot that Meek had seen the Vice Admiral before at Kuyo's shop, a debt collector in town who sells and trades in labor. Meek left the room in fear, and the party went and talked to her, Ina specifically, and Meek let you guys know that one of the reasons Kuyo makes the deals she does is she is a Terai. And Meek almost had her soul eaten by Kuyo, which was why she was in such a rush to sell that diamond for her debt. That said, the party decided to table any decisions for the night. Admiral Alarai said she would... she wasn't able to sign the paperwork that night anyways. Because Golden Wind ate. He's gotten a taste for paper. And ate one of the forms she needed, so they are re-preparing the documents anyways. She said hopefully she would have a decision by midday on the 6th. The party then went back to celebrate with Hermana and Lonley, Lonley was the naval officer who helped you guys resurrect Hermana. The whole time Hermana has been humming a song to herself. The party was able to celebrate and rest and wake up late into the morning of the 6th of Servant. As everybody is going around getting ready for their day, I will remind us of some potential things, but I'm going to not jump to E, but I will directly address Kalbahari. There was a play-by-post between sessions. If anybody wants to read it, you can. It's in your play-by-post channel. E, as far as Meek and Kalbahari go, at the start of the session for you two, you'll be finishing up with your conversation, putting on your holy symbols and armor, and doing whatever you want to do. That said,
Why?
for the rest of the party, including E. It is the Six of Servant. You have some potential things you can do around town. Um, Ina, I believe, has a rapier from Mayago that has the Niran family crest on it. Okay, Golden One has that. If you want to look into that, potentially trying to get it identified could be an option. Tamara, the priestess that you all fought, is staying with Enrique's parents, where Enrique's been invited for dinner. Enrique is out right now, I think, with his father coming back to the boat. And was there any other? Oh, the two more things. The Kuyo shop is going to have a investigation today. Admiral Novi told you she would send soldiers over to talk to Kuyo and see if there was any evidence on the admiral. Anybody can help out and participate with that. And you also have notes of a potential crewmate from your crewmate quests in town. A pirate is hiding out in town. Meek has told you guys that she is, that if she was anywhere, she was likely hiding with Meek's sister's former lover. That said, what would you all like to do?
I want to get more crew members. I want us to be able to actually travel and such like that. I'll take a person or two if anyone wants to come with to hunt down more crew members with Meek.
I will, I will go along.
Okay.
I will go.
I will also go on the crew member hunt.
All right.
I actually need to step away for like a hot minute, so I'll be back.
Okay. Golden Wind can tinker on the ship. That leaves Cal and Ina. Do you need some dice left? Okay. Do you want the nice ones? Okay. Does Cal want to do anything as far as options or tagging along with the party?
Options. I think nothing can tag along with the party, although he will bring up that he could bring, we need one to deliver the message to, it's her, trying to name of the shady lady that was trying to sell us.
Kuyo.
Kuyo? He can send a sending today, so anyone who we have to relay information to, he can do that for 2 people today.
I thought you could ritual cast sending.
One, you cannot ritual cast sending. Secondly, he's offering to the party, do y'all want him to give Kuyo a heads up or no?
Nah, she a bitch.
We probably should, and I think if we are splitting up, having an extra person with you is probably a great idea. If Ina wants to go with you, maybe you guys.
My only argument against that is that Kuyo is kind of the best chance we have at making sure that the Vice Admiral gets what's coming to him. So, granted, you want to go speak, that's fine. But I would recommend being very careful with what you say to lead towards that end.
That's understandable. He's just laying it out on the table for if he wanted to go that route. He can do it without risking the Admiral catching us while we're there.
Can I play semi-devil's advocate, semi-support?
Okay.
So I think there is, and obviously I guess I know what's going on behind the scenes, so I will try and give some non-biased advice. Let me just think how to phrase it. So, if Kuyo does have evidence against the Vice Admiral, that is probably all of your smoking gun of the best way to is probably the smoking gun of the best way to frame this, or not frame this, but to have conclusive hard concrete evidence against the Vice Admiral. I think on Kuyo's side, for her to be able to exist in this town, especially right now, close to the Navy, there is definitely at least some ability she has to protect her extra legal activities, and extra as in above the law, or, you know, things that may not be legal at all. And on the same note, on the other side of this, you guys aren't aware what knowledge or who is working with the Vice Admiral. So there's the potential that maybe someone even in the group that goes to talk to Kuyo might not be effective at their job. So I think there's merit that if you don't want to go, Kuyo can probably protect her own skin. If you really want to seal the case, it would probably be best to have someone there with your interests in mind. All that to say, I think both are good ideas.
If that's the case, Cal will say, I'm not gonna warn her, but I'll at least try to relay the information I obtained. Heading. Just kind of window shop until I see, unless she's already there. One
Okay.
of y'all wants to come
You're
with
going around her store?
Yeah, I'll be around her store, kind of keeping an eye and ear out, more so an ear out. If any of y'all want to come with me, you're more than free to join. I won't make you follow. Alright.
Okay. In the meantime, Meek and definitely not Lynn, y'all need to hide, either stay on the ship or somewhere. Like, if the worst comes to worst and Kiyo decides to rat either of you out in exchange for whatever, and we're still in port, yeah, it's not going to be good to be found. But I'm sure you've already discussed that half to death last night.
Lynn is going to nod at that and say, I was thinking about tagging along, but I don't mind taking a day to rest and watch the harbor.
Coming along?
Say that again? I didn't catch it.
I don't see the harm in having him come along. Why not we're going to have him come along also? Why not?
This is going to be a giant party just walking down the street.
Yes, let's bear in mind that the number of us that is going to draw eyes, and
Lynn said he was going to head to Kuyo's shop with Cal. But when you said for him not to go, he said he'd relax on the ship. Do you guys want him to head with Cal?
If he's going with Cal, then yeah, that's a way smaller group.
I'll leave that decision with Cal. And Nina. Because I remember that she did that.
Alright, so we've got Cal, Ina, and Lynn, and I should probably make a little note that Lynn's there because my brain will fart in the middle of the session. Okay. And then we've got Enrique, Nefria, Tuer, and Roriku. Goldenwind is going to stay on the ship and tinker, unless Jackal tells me that he wants to do anything else. That said,
Seifu, can you keep an eye on Goldenwind and make sure that he doesn't blow up our ship?
yeah, Meek will nod at that.
Seifu.
Or Feivu. Feivu has gone back to sleep after breakfast.
I can stay and keep an eye on Goldenwind.
That's gonna leave a lot of people with Cal.
Yeah, Mika's staying on the ship. She'll watch him. Feivu was banking up extra levels of exhaustion, and so she needs one more. Today, she will rest all of it off. Tuera, don't you still have one?
Yeah, I still have a level of exhaustion, which
Okay.
is why I'm going on the much easier side quest.
Yeah. All right.
Otherwise, I've just finished a long rest. I'm not sure I can do another one immediately after.
All right. I've got my groups set. Who do I want to handle first?
The small group.
The small group? All right, I'll do the small group. I was planning for that to be a little bit bigger of an event, but that's fine. Let's see. You guys are headed to Kuyo's shop, yeah, and it would make sense to handle you guys first because it is right up the docks. Kuyo has a nice little wooden seaside shop overlooking the inner docks of the city. Different dock workers and different people in port find themselves in desperate need of a little financial funds or a little extra help in their navidars, and you see them heading in and out here. Cal, you can watch the area for as long as you want, but I have already rolled a d4 of when they are showing up. Do you want to do anything, or do you want me just to tell you how long it takes? As of right now, you don't see anyone. Or you don't see any naval officers inside of her shop or going into her shop.
Alright. Cal, during this time, I guess Cal is gonna kind of look at the new holy symbol and ask Ina, what do you think about her?
Umiya?
Not Umi. Brain. Out of character. Brain is farting. Give me a second.
Lonely.
Lonely.
I like her. She's really pretty, and she helped us out. I'm hoping I can figure out a way to get her out of her contract. I figure we could just abduct her.
As tempting as that option sounds,
Right?
I don't know if we can get away with that after talking to her.
Let's fake her death.
I'm glad that we agree that we want her on the crew, though.
Now that I think about it, faking her death would be kind of easy.
Lynn is
Isn't-
there with you guys as you are talking and watching. He's going to speak up and say, so you're interested in her, Cal?
She's the only other person I've ever met that didn't have a last name. We are both worshippers of Umiya. And I'll admit she's pretty.
She's hot.
There's a lot of things. I would be lying if I said I wasn't intrigued by her. But I know how I look.
Lynn is going to punch her shoulder and say, "Nah, you're a handsome enough fella. But I'll be honest. Women of the faith always..." He bends his teeth and say, "Seem to hook me. Maybe we can be gentlemen about this?"
That's why I'm trying to be her first.
I don't think you're picking up what he's putting down.
Oh. No, I'm gonna say this. Cal doesn't. Cal does not pick up what's being put down. He is very confused.
Nina does.
Lynn is going to say, "But she's a naval officer and, might recognize me." He shakes his head. "I think you should go for it, Cal."
You two can be gentlemen all you want, but she already showed interest in me. So.
You know what? That's fair. And I can't compete with that moxie. But it's
Nina is just outright glaring at Lynn, by the way.
But I will say, I'm not going to force her to join her, force her to do anything. Just like I'm not going to force you to do anything.
He's going to wave his hand and say, "Nah, if I was in this for real, I'd get her a gift. A gem as big as her hand. I know where to steal one, but I don't do that anymore." He shakes his head.
You joined the pirate crew.
Depending on where you're acquiring it from, might
could
not.
help.
Again, depends on where we're acquiring it from. But first, I'd rather her be a part of the crew before any commitments to anything.
Lynn's going to shrug. As he shrugs, you guys do see a group of Heimsdale naval officers walking down the pier. There are 3 of them. 2 guards and 1 that seems to have some rank.
Quick planning. I can head them off if you want to go inside and be ready for their arrival.
I think keeping an ear out might not be bad. I'm more so here making sure that information we want revealed is there.
Then let's head inside and wait for them to come.
Alright, you all head inside of Kuyo's shop. She is busy talking with a dwarf, and she's going to say, or she's shaking her head to him and say, "Well, 5 years is the best I can do. If you didn't want to switch the contracts, you shouldn't have killed him." The dwarf is gonna say, "Bastard fell on my sword." You'd be surprised how much that happens around here. He's going to spit, and Kuyo's going to take the contract, and she is shuffling it, or rather sorting it on the desk. He looks at all of you coming in, and
Hey!
he's gonna say, "Damn witch bargaining with her." And he's
Really?
gonna stomp out. Kuyo, is going to look at Lynn and all of you. The new upstart pirates in town? You're looking for a lead on treasure? I might have someone who can lead you to some.
Not this time. Just browsing for now.
She's gonna say, I've got debts and loans. If you want either, feel free to talk, but everything you see in here is either collateral offered up or treasures that got swapped for people who couldn't fulfill their contracts. None of it, I fear, is for sale, but I am willing to trade for it.
That's fine.
As she makes the offer, you can make a perception check if you want to look around, but the soldiers are coming in the door behind you guys.
Sure. Perception check. The disadvantage modifier because I'm on land.
Hey, that's not bad. Nothing. I mean, not nothing. These are all just sort of fascinating trinkets here and there. I would say, to Ina, it all looks like surface stuff. That catches your eye just as much as anything else. For Cal, I would say the only thing that stands out is a particularly dark chest with brass gilding on it. There's the metalwork of skulls and bones throughout the chest, and it's about as or big enough to hold in two hands. It's like a little jewelry chest. Otherwise, the soldiers are going to move forward through the shop and say, we're here on business of Admiral Nevi Alarai. It's come to light that you've done business with the with naval officers. Kuyo is going to say, I keep detailed records of the individuals that come in here, but naval officers, I try not to get in, or try not to mess with desperate sailors.
I'd like to make an insight check on that.
Go for it.
Error 090. Okay.
Error 09, would you like me to roll it for you?
There we go. That's
Hey.
a low roll for me.
Yeah, I would say for Cal, just looking at that, skepticism is skepticism's probably the best approach with Kuyo. Maybe she's got some healthy distance that she can say, oh no, I don't deal with officers, but you know, officers also do go around in plain clothes when they're off duty, so there is probably something veiled within her words. That said, for the officer responding, he's going to say, if you'd be kind enough to work with us so we don't have to talk to Governor Arolac. We're just looking into any dealings you've had with this man. He'll hold his hand forward and cast Minor Illusion. A image of the Vice Admiral weaves its way, hovering above his hand. She's going to look it over. A brief moment in her eyes before she says, never seen him. Wow, he's handsome though. Old fella.
I don't want to make insight check after insight check, I'm sorry.
I think that's what we're here for,
You
though.
don't have to make an insight check. You know Meek said she saw him here.
Okay.
I mean, if you believe Meek, she's lying. If you believe her, Meek's lying.
Ina's gonna kind of tilt her head and be like, "Hey, wasn't that guy here?" I forget how long it's been since we were here. Was it about a week?
You guys were here on, I think, 3rd day or 4th day. Let's see. It's 6th day. Okay, so you got to town on 2nd day.
Can I?
Yeah, I'll be like, "Oh, didn't we see that guy here a few days ago?" Like, kind of trying to act like I just kind of glanced over and was surprised to see someone I recognized.
They're going to look over at you, and excuse me. The officer is going to say, "Is that the Marai that Admiral Nelvi is going to step forward and say, if you could offer more information?"
Oh, I don't
I'd
know
appreciate
much. Just a local. I'm pretty sure I saw him here a few days ago. Hi, I'm Lola.
Roll me several hundred checks.
Like,
first
so
I need
full of
a,
shit.
Deception check. I also need a misfortune check too.
What do I want? Do I want it under my fortune?
Over the misfortune.
Yeah, you want it over.
Oh, I only have one misfortune, so yay.
You only have one misfortune?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see, what did you roll? Deception and okay. The guard behind him is gonna say, no, the Mirai that helped her was tall. Fella in armor. And he's gonna say, "Oh yes, your name was Lola."
Yeah.
And you've seen this man do dealings here.
I don't know for sure what he was doing. I was meeting a friend nearby and saw him coming in here. I like to kind of look at all the shiny things.
Kuyo is going to speak up and say, he may have been here, but I do try and keep the dealings of my patrons secret. Or private. What matter is going on with him? We believe he's been working against the Admiral and against the Heimsdale Navy, which would defy the orders of the Queen.
If they're looking away from me at all, I'm going to be just shooting glares at Kuyo. Just like, go along, come on.
Roll me a intimidation or perception or persuasion check. Sunrise. How are you pleading?
I'm wanting her to tell the truth.
Yeah, I'm saying, how are you communicating it from behind them to her?
I'm just like glaring at her and just going like, come on, talk.
Kuyo is going to reluctantly say, he did not have any dealings with me. He simply sought information. I don't have any records of him in my store. He was looking for somebody with debt bonds enough that they'd be willing to work a difficult task, menial labor. I gave him a name of a kid who gets loans from me all the time. He often resides about a town over by the name of Miyako. There's no record I have of any transaction. We talked and left. Or then he left.
I'm half tempted to bring up something as Cal. Hold on. I'm gonna roll. I'm just gonna roll something. Do we want evens? Evens. He
Do
does it.
it.
Odds. Do
Just
it.
No, don't question it. Just do it.
Cal's
No
gonna
rollies, just chaos.
Cal's gonna bring up what is in this little treasure box here, if I may ask.
Len is actually gonna answer that for you and say, nothing. I know that for certain. He glares at Kuyo. She's going to say, if you wish to bargain for it, you can. It's simply a box that can hold an item. Len will lean over and whisper, say, before they caught me and threw me on that ship. It's the damn box with those cursed jewels. I traded them from her before I left port.
Cal will nod. I'll see what I have if there's anything that piques my interest in a trade that I feel like might take a while.
The soldiers are going to say, and you have absolutely nothing that pins him down or that ensures he was here? Kuyo is going to shake her head and say, unfortunately, we didn't come to agreement on a deal.
Chaos. I thought you said when I entered here you usually want collateral for or is that a case-by-case basis?
Roll me an intimidation check.
Intimidation check, okay. Let's see. Intimidation. 13, not bad for Cal.
You know, now that you mention it, there was a part of our arrangement that I thought the information was valued. He thought I was going to use anything he gave me for blackmail. Unfortunately, I cannot help you. He did leave an item here with me, a saber of his family, but someone broke in and stole it the next evening. The whole trading of information, it was nothing that, unfortunately, I can help you trace back. If that's everything, I think any further questions, and there are some rights afforded to us, to the governor, from the queen to the governor, and from the governor to us, I believe. The soldier's gonna say, yes, thank you. And this saber, you said it was stolen? Did you, let any of the guards in the city know?
Am I here or like where's Golden Wind at this time?
You are on the ship.
Okay.
She's going to say, no, I do not deal with the Navy to the best of my ability. I asked Barco Beza Landra. Her Navidar is filled with bounty hunters to keep an eye out for it. And this Barco Bezo, do you know the date you asked? She'll shake her head and say, maybe last week on 37th day? The officer will nod and say, thank you. We're sorry for disturbing your business. And he'll nod to Lola and say, thank you for your help in this matter. We'll report back to the Admiral.
Have a good day.
Kuyo is going to, they will not walk by you. Kuyo is going to look at you all and say, I don't have anything that can help them. You little shit-eating pieces of, or you little shit-eating barnacles.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna toss her.
Do
I'm gonna
not
toss her
want
a
the
bag of cash.
Admiral's ire here.
I'm gonna toss her a bag with 10 gold. Like, look, here, a little bit of money, just quiet. You shouldn't get in any trouble for this. We'll try and make sure of it.
She's going to look at the gold and exhale and say, my services cut off from you. She takes the gold.
Yeah, that's fine. I know that's cheap price for you, but you only had to tell the truth.
She'll take the gold and say,
Oh. Also, we do know who stole that saber. Probably.
and she is slightly lean forward and says, "You have my interests. Blackmail on a vice admiral can be quite valuable."
Oh,
you're
I'm
dealing...
sorry. We were blacklisted from this establishment, so we'll get out of your hair. Have a good day.
You are a little shit.
It's a perfect play.
If you retrieve it for me, you'll have my grace again.
Noted.
We'll see if we can...
Let's swim.
Leave, the three of you. Lynn is going to say, "Oh, I'll be happy when I get off this island. Having that fort right there sends shivers up my spine."
Once you
So
can
Claw,
breathe.
that was an example on how to lie.
He's gonna say, "Noted, Lola." All right. Do you guys?
Claw. Oh no, I did say claw. I meant Cal.
You did say claw.
I meant Cal.
Do you want to do anything before I switch over to the other group?
One. I'm trying to remember if... I wonder if they happen to have Identify on them.
You're asking me?
No, I'm asking Ina, do you happen to have Identify, or do we think we might know someone who can identify objects?
I definitely don't. I don't know if someone else does.
Might not be a bad
Turning
point of
around.
No.
On the list of Kuyo services is Identify and Appraisal.
Pretty sure there's also a Golden Wind that people are forgetting about.
There is.
Oh yeah, Golden
No,
Knight.
there's not. Don't worry about it.
That's why I said if there's someone we know would identify. Because Cal, I was double checking for Cal while he was saying that he does not have access to the spell identify. Perhaps
Everybody's favorite kitty might.
we'll see if we can't identify the. Let me retry that. Let's see if that little inventor can figure things that have already been made out.
All right, you guys are headed back to the ship.
Meanwhile, you cut to the ship; it's on fire.
All right, I will come back to you guys. Enrique, you are walking back from outside the city wall through the sand onto the wooden docks of the inner city, and as you see your half of your party, Nafria, Tuir, and Roriku, walking and winding through, or walking towards some of the residential areas. You can join them.
Wait, I thought I was with them. I remember talking to them about that and mentioning about the.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought we left last session with you leaving your dad. Because you did talk to your dad.
I did, yeah, and then I made it back to the ship where I
Okay.
mentioned about the displaced people.
Yeah, okay. Yep. The four of you can head into town. Meek gave you the location of her sister's former lover on Serpent Row. And I believe... does anybody have his name in their notes? I will let somebody roll a fortune check if they so wish, or if Meek remembered to give you his name. Otherwise, you guys are rolling blind to the address.
I will roll a fortune check. We need
Go
to be
for it.
under.
Yeah, this one needs to be in your fortune range.
My fortune is 66.
6. Oh my god, that's so. She did
Unfortunate.
Not... Yeah.
Jordan,
She did
are we-
not
are we-
tell you his name.
Are we back to this again?
Motherfucker.
It slipped
Freaky
her mind.
self
It gives us a level, and you can.
It slipped her mind to tell you guys, and it slipped your mind to ask. So That's it.
Guys, where are we going again?
I was following you.
Serpent Row.
Oh,
You guys do
I
have.
thought
the
y'all knew where to
location.
go.
Wait, I thought you guys knew where we were going.
Meanwhile, Golden Wind in the ship. Hey, what was this map for?
So, I want to can I use an investigation check to ask people about where this person is?
Okay,
No,
just a
you
moment.
know where he lives. She gave you his address.
But you just said we didn't ask for the address.
No, you didn't
Excuse
get
me.
his name. You don't know who you're. Yeah. She didn't give you any
Gotcha.
information about him. But yeah,
Gotcha.
you do have the address.
So is it just that she forgot to tell us, or that she didn't know?
She forgot to tell
No,
us, and
she
we
forgot to
ask.
tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I left my horse on the boat. So just a moment. I'm going to telepathically link her to my fine steed warhorse who's on the boat to go find Meek.
Okay, I will allow it, but I do need to know the limits of this spell. So give me 1 second to look up Fine Steed.
It can speak any languages I can.
I want you to know I hate this.
I want you to know I love this.
I love this too.
So long as the seed is within 1 mile of me, and we haven't been walking that long.
Yeah, no, you guys haven't. All right.
Yeah. If the seed has an intelligence of 5 or less, its intelligence becomes 6. It gains the ability to understand one language of your choice that you speak, which in this case would be common.
Okay. Your your steed is going to start raising quite the ruckus.
No, it is quite refined.
Strange cat.
It is quite refined. It is well behaved. It is going to quite simply squeeze inside. Go to
your
where.
steed is a large creature. I don't think it can get down your stairs.
Well, no, but it's an octopus.
No, this is a warhorse.
Yeah, it's currently a warhorse. Okay, in that case, it is just going to call out, Meek! Meek!
I was gonna say it has a very scary voice, and you did it. You did it already.
it just sounds like an old man.
Running.
Wait. Can I be the bearer of bad news?
Yes.
It understands language that you speak. It cannot speak that language.
Motherfucker.
I won't give it the ability to speak, but I will give it the ability to neigh. Astrally.
Fine. It will do a celestial neigh.
No, it can neigh.
Did Timmy fall down the wall again?
Sentences.
Meek!
She's gonna come running upstairs, look at your celestial warhorse, and say, horse?
Yeah, the warhorse does have on it like the sigil that is on.
Yeah, she knows it's your horse.
Onto
she
us.
Doesn't know its name.
Yeah. The horse is just going to sort of like nudge her a bit and then point out and then tilt its head.
Roll me a d20, and this is going to be a charisma check, kind of like the reverse insight, like trying to get a point across, and you're hoping that she understands it. How well you roll is going to determine the DC for her. She nat 20s, and she's going to like say, or she's going to look out over the bay where it's like nudging and say, "Did they get lost? I told you." She lived in the center of Serpent's Row, one of the top floor houses, small apartment building over small apartment above a general store.
The horse is going to nod and then sort of just like gesture like very specifically to like the left side of her chest, roughly where you'd find a name tag.
She's gonna say, "Oh, she never told me much about him. She was always ashamed. His name's GoCrow."
I'm sorry, what?
the horse is going to like lick her face and then just go back to where it was resting.
She's going to say, and again, they were ashamed of each other. So, Aaron, the caution: there's a pirate hiding there. Be careful. Top floor. She gestures up.
Okay, Kyle, stop trying to bother people. Oh wait, no, it's not Cal. Fucking. I've forgotten who was speaking before that.
Riku,
stop trying to bother people. GoCrow is who we're looking for.
For
GoPro.
GoCrow.
She keeps
Go
talking to
pro.
your horse, by the way. I don't know how long you're telepathically connected to it, but your horse
Yes.
says she is saying more.
Nope.
She,
I'm listening.
your horse reluctantly relays information. Meek is telling the horse about her sister, who was a Ironwind pirate. She, in the length of the description, there's a lot of not useful information. You do catch her sister's name, Saki. And the horse then continues and says, and her mom always liked Saki more than her, although Meek seemed to have the more successful career. And she's leaning on me. Okay.
I'm going to relay all
she's
this information.
Keep, like, just telling you until you ask the horse to stop communicating telepathically with you.
Oh no, this is great.
You have a bard's external monologue to your horse playing in your head, relayed through your celestial spirit that is currently
inhabiting a horse.
The horse is just sort of nudging its head against her. It's just like, yeah, there.
The voice in the head is Seth MacFarlane the entire time.
I'm just Interware is just like running. Okay, don't need to know that. Yes. Oh, by the way, we'll regroup. Be aware of this. Be aware of that. There's definitely mommy issues there.
All right. You guys can make your way to Serpent's Row. Up the stairs into the living quarters. You
Top floor.
Yeah, you're standing outside the door of a small wooden building built on top of a stone set of buildings below. You can knock. There's probably about 5 other of these things making just a row of them, 2 on each side and 1 at the far end. You guys are about the second one in. You can knock and there is no answer.
I'm going to shout, "Go, Crow! I'm looking for you."
I'd like to listen as closely as I can to see if there's any movement on the other side of the doors.
And I thought Goldenwind had no subtlety.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check for Nefria. Nefria, let me... Nefria, you hear the hush whispers of a conversation. Whoever he is talking to is is speaking way too silently and muffled for you to hear. It's just kind of the hush. But you do pick up his words, and he's going to say, "No one. No, I swear. Okay, hide, go." And he's going to come to the door. You hear a voice on the other side and say, "Who's looking?"
A group of married men and women to hire him for a job.
Potential employers.
He's gonna say, "Got a good job. Gotta show up too soon. I'm good."
Would it help if we mentioned fuck, I've already forgotten her name. Jesus Christ.
Saki. It was Saki, right?
Zaki.
Saki.
No, that's the name of the sister.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Meek
that's-
is
that's the-
the bard that
yeah,
you guys.
yeah.
That's your
Would it-
crewmate.
Would it help if we mentioned that it was Meek who sent us this way?
She here to collect her sister's things?
We can if you need us to.
That depends. Does that also include goat?
Okay. Excuse me. Look, obviously, don't want. Obviously,
He's gonna
we-
open
we-
the door. Before you is a. Let me go to his description. Before you is a. He's got the dark skin of people who live on the equator. That golden bronze of Leetrins. However, there is something radiant about him, as he is somewhat pristine in his posture and his smile. You notice he is wearing a very well-tailored uniform of the Heimsdale Navy. He's going to say, I can send some of her keepsakes back with Meek, but I want something to remember her by too, and she, anyways, come on.
was that us being invited inside?
Yeah,
I mean, wow, it was that easy.
I mean, being up front and honest tends to get you good results.
Yeah, sure. Enter inside.
Sounds fake.
Enter inside. I'm gonna look around for the person that's hiding. Not like actively walking
Roll
around
me
and
an
looking, but
investigation
just
check.
Have a
Or
guidance.
no, this is going to be perception, because you're not investigating actively. You're just what you see, what you notice. You can add a D4 to that.
darn. Then I'll just be a little bit more blunt out loud. Who were you talking with before we came in?
Gets lonely sometimes. I speak to her if she was still here.
Okay. Forgive
Insight?
us for being blunt. We, of course, feel for any loss, for your loss. But we are mainly here to, at the very least, have a conversation with your guest. Don't worry, we're not part of any sort of law enforcement. We do not want to be causing any trouble. If
Roll
anything,
me a persuasion check. His face goes pale.
Yeah. If anything, we want to help them avoid said enforcement. I love having a level of exhaustion. Woo. But it's okay because I'm good at speaking.
Are you though?
That's a 19.
Would say yeah. He's gonna say, and Meek sent you.
We heard about Gokro through Meek.
He's Gokro.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Then the name. What was the fucking name of the pirate?
You don't know. It's only a rumor that there's a pirate in town.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. Meek heard rumor that you were keeping the guest, and we will.
He's going to say, Zaki was an Ironwind pirate. I just didn't feel right to let her fend for herself this far away from her crew. Please. He gestures to his uniform. So it's hard for someone like me to make it inside the city with Leetrins and the Navy being who I am.
We mean no amount of ill will towards you or your position. We simply wish to speak with them and offer them a way away from your organization that would be actively hunting.
The woman is going to come out, and I don't think I added her to Roll20 yet, but I will next session. Let me find my description of her. And all right. All right. She is going to come out. She has got a Ironwind brand across her shoulder, and is wearing what seems to be simple Leitrin clothes, just throws and ties of cloth over her shoulders, and blending in here. That said, there are several scars across her face, and she is blonde. With that, though, she comes out with a flintlock, or with a spell lock pistol loaded.
How tall is she? Is she taller than me, I assume?
Yeah, she is about 6 feet.
How big is her gat?
Oh, yeah.
Please no. Please
This is the
no.
joke of the day.
The pistol in her hand, as the GAT, G-A-T, is
fucking hell.
It's about a foot long. It is a nice little hand cannon. That said, she's going to say to GoPro and say, "God, I don't see what Captain Zaki found in you." She looks at the rest of you and says, "Bounty hunters send you, or are you actually friends with the Ironwind?"
We're recruiting.
Neither, actually.
We
Well, I mean,
genuinely just wanted to try us out.
We're friends of the Ironwind.
Good. Well, I'm getting out of this city. You got a boat?
Yeah. You able to sail?
She's gonna sail. I navigated for Princess Baldari herself.
Sounds like you might be qualified, but what are you going into this for? What's your motivation?
To get the fuck out.
To get the fuck out. Like, hiding underneath someone's basement doesn't sound like the best thing for me either.
I need
All right,
to
come along.
I need to get back to a cove of Iron Winds and get some information back to them. I had a fellow companion that was with me on this journey and got herself stabbed, and she was the one who knew sending.
Well,
I myself have never been able to really understand the arcane. Why, I like little doohickeys like this. She shakes the pistol, and at that, I think she's gonna lower it and say, "What's your pay for a navigator?"
Captain?
Captain?
I will refer to Avery.
The free be like, Cap, wait, that's me.
Say that again, Eric, for Nefria.
I am happy to pay you or cut you in on our total take, but we're going to have to discuss this with Feivu. She is our accountant. And pretty much everything side.
She's going to nod. And how do you feel about killing international diplomats?
I think we did that once before.
I think
Yeah,
we
It
already
can
done
happen,
that.
but let's do it for the right reasons.
If they deserve it, if they are beyond redemption.
She's gonna nod.
Would you happen to know of? Would you happen to have heard of Goldie Roger?
No.
That's the fucking pirate captain that we met at the start of the campaign. It's the one you got posted in the channel link. Unless
No,
I got the
that's-
wrong name.
No, that was
Lonnie.
Lonel.
Yeah,
Marco
that was
Basil
Lonnie.
Lonel, aka Goldie Roger. It's right there.
If you say Lonel, you might trigger
Okay.
an idea, but no, she does not know anybody by the name of Goldie Roger.
Our ship
Also known as
commands-
Lonel.
What about Luffy E. Monkey?
If you ask her about Barco Bezo Lonel, she'll say,
Marco Basil Lonel. Yeah, that's the name I couldn't think of because it's not that.
heard the name, but I'm not from these waters. I just got stuck here looking for something.
Mm-hmm. He retired. We inherited his ship, so that doesn't say anything about us.
She's gonna say, wait, he was the captain of the Sea Stern, right?
Was, yes.
Why are you talking
Also
about
was
that?
the sea stern.
No,
It-
It was a gift!
Captain's choice.
It has since been inherited and renamed.
God rest his soul. His vacation, so nice.
and all the depths were forgotten because it's a new ship.
Oh well, more accurately, we just very quickly avoided those debt collectors.
Well, we
No,
basically just
it
told him
was
to fuck
forgiven.
off and went on our way.
She's gonna say, by the bridge, I know the Sea Stern. Those old farts can drink.
So yes, again, and we ended up getting that by this one pointing to Captain Ivrea, drinking him under the table.
Shit.
It was fun.
Why does that work?
She's going to nod and say, well, that's respectable. She'll look to Gokro and say, I appreciate the kindness. However, she looks up and down at the uniform, spits, and says, all right, let's go.
Thank you, but also
Gokro is just gonna
you.
inhale and exhale.
As we're leaving, I'm going to turn to GoPro and go, hope you can sleep better.
He's gonna say, wait, so you're just here for her? That's it?
You want us to
You
take
want
your
to
extra
come?
stuff back?
No, he shakes his head, and is gonna gesture to the door. And he'll walk you all to the door and say, I'll be quiet about this if you all are.
Gokuro, we appreciate your cooperation with us. And again, so sorry to force this situation into your home.
I'm gonna look up at this behemoth of a girl and just be like, "Can I ride you?"
She's
Phrasing.
only 6 feet.
Phrasing.
Fucking hell! To be
That's
fair,
it. Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm not that heavy.
you can just hear Insomni going mad in the background.
I have to think now because I actually didn't determine a lot of stuff.
How she feels about little girls.
Hey, Nefria, where did that D4 come from?
She's a pirate. And she is definitely loose with her tongue and her morals, so I would like to put that addendum out there. Also, I am aware of Nefria's true age, at which point she'll say, when you're older. And
Wow, Nefria got a 16.
Puppy dog eyes just staring at her.
At that,
I am 18.
Well, I'm not.
she's going to look at you and say, not now, okay? But maybe. She shrugs. But as she steps out into the outside, her Ironwind tattoos are visible. If not her shoulder, then other parts.
No, they would be if Dua didn't immediately throw his cloak at her.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. At that, she will walk with all of you, the Mirai in tow and Nefria, Enrique. You guys look like a sufficient enough adventuring party.
I've not had enough sleep for this.
And I just whistle and semi-skip all the way back to the boat.
Okay.
Before we move off the scene, quick check-in with Meek on the horse.
Meek is still laying on the horse and telling the horse that actually, even though she does miss her sister, the competition did inspire her to pursue her art and several of her most famous songs. But going back to the party, you all can walk through town. I would like perception checks from Enrique, Nefria, Tuer, and Roriku.
I like my perception.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's see.
What?
That's a pretty good perception.
DM, I'm scared. Roll20 is being nice to me.
Only Nefria and Tuir are going to catch it. But Roriku and Enrique, I will go up, or from the top, or from the bottom up. Roriku and Enrique, as you all are making your way through town, sorry about that. I don't think I ever gave you guys her name. As you all are going through town, your new navigator is going to tell you that, of course, all of the bounty hunting Navidars in town are after her, the military ward too, and she is very alert, looking over her shoulder every couple seconds. Eventually, she rests her hand on her satchel, and probably every 30 seconds, every 15 steps, she looks down at it. That is all Enrique and Roriku get. Nefria and Tuir, you guys proceed for maybe 5 minutes like this before she puts her hand on her satchel, again feeling for something, this time reaching in. She pulls a small gemstone out and keeps looking at it, just as paranoid as she is, looking over her shoulder every few seconds, looking down at her hand resting on her satchel strap. She clutches it like her life depends on it. Very subtly, as her hand rests on the strap, it is tucked between her fingers. Ever so faintly, you guys catch a glint or shimmer of it.
To where is it going to just essentially move to be walking directly behind us, that she is essentially and sort of slightly nudge her to be essentially right in the middle of the group. So then, obviously, she is being vision of her is being obscured from most sides.
And the Freya is going to whisper, "You'll look less suspicious if you put that away and keep your head up."
Oh, not letting this thing out of my sight.
It doesn't have to go anywhere. Just put it in the bag and keep your head up.
No offense, but I just met you all, and I don't know how sticky your hands are. So no.
Fair enough.
And you guys can make your way down the dock ward without incident. Does Tuer want to do something?
No.
Okay. The party can reconvene at their ship. It is midday. Everybody has come back from their various tasks and reconvene. You guys have a new navigator with Ento with Enrique, Nefria, Tuer, and Roriku is a tall blonde woman, scarred and tatted. She is very clearly an Ironwind pirate, as she waves at the crew. She's
Cal will.
gonna step onto the ship and say, "You got a mapping room?"
Believe we do.
Can you go to our map layer of our ship?
I think you do have a mapping room.
We
Or
do.
cartography room. It's where you guys have been eating breakfast.
And
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
get out my cartographer set with my maps and go to share them.
We do. I'll lead the way. Cal, may I have your name?
She looks at you as she is walking by, and she's gonna say, "Haven't earned it yet. I'll get you off this island." That's all the people you have?
I've been manning the
Yeah,
boat.
that's right.
I've been working with the equivalent of 4 people so far.
And I have been doing also fair share of work. Hence, all just gestures to the massive bags under his eyes.
She's gonna say, "Well, when we get into the seas, I know some good paths and currents that the winds like to travel."
Will make my job easier.
Okay, let's at the very least get inside and out of public view before
Oh yeah,
we get
she has
continue
already
interruptions.
started heading, like moving past people, heading to where she's going to be spending the most time. Ina, if you follow her to the map room, she starts taking things out of her satchel and putting it
Before
in.
I follow her,
Actually,
I'm
where is the
gonna
map
give
room?
Nefria a look on the way out and be like,
shit.
"You saw her and folded like a wet tissue, didn't you?"
Yeah, I pretty much did.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll go follow her.
As she's walking by, just like, honestly, I'm too tired for this shit.
Is Meek still talking to them?
Oh, no.
Meek
as you
is probably
guys-
still talking to the horse.
As you guys get back on the ship, she's
I'm gonna
going
head
to
downstairs
stand up
for the
and-
little cat. Where is that sleepy kitty?
Oh, sorry.
If you open the door where the barrel is, you will notice that the barrel has now a hose. Like where it is to my room.
Meek has stood up and kind of greeted you guys as you all stepped onto the ship. patting the horse, and she'll go back to sitting on the edge of the ship and strumming her instrument.
What time of day is it?
Midday.
All right, it's time to start prepping lunch.
Tuara is just going to go over to Meek. Just go, thank you for the information, and he was actually quite enjoying you stalking against him. And then we'll just jump over the edge of the ship.
All right.
I'll turn to her and say that I look forward to getting to know you better, and after breakfast, I would like for you to have a conversation with myself and the first mate, Fevu.
Okay. Ina and Nefria are in the mapping room talking to her, I'm assuming?
Well, it's right next to my quarters. It's literally just outside my room.
She is going to say, "Yes, Captain. Won't have to worry about me. I can follow the command structure. I know it." She keeps spinning things to the wall. You can roll me a perception check, both you and Ina. All right. Her maps look
Hey, good job,
fascinating.
Ina.
Can I take Miss Evans to reroll that?
Go for it.
How much do I have to take again?
30 to reroll, I believe. 13. That's much better. Let me. Ina. As she pins each of these maps to the wall, there is there are doodles and scribbles on them, and charted, like hand-drawn lines on a sea path that doesn't seem to go to anywhere on one of the South Sea Straits. And then there are things leading to that point on different maps of different seas. So for what it's worth, imagine zoomed in on all of these different areas of Ilderon seas, and whatever areas kind of overlap with this, there is something leading there, but there is nothing on any of the charted maps.
I've never seen these routes before.
Let's hope you never have to.
Fair enough. Oh, I'm Ina, by the way. Sea Witch. You got any curses on you yet?
She'll shake her, or she'll nod and say, "Unfortunately, plenty. Till I can get back to my captain. I won't be in your hair too long."
Alright.
What direction do you have to go?
She'll point to a cove just outside of the eastern straits and say, the fleet I sail with is right here. They've got members waiting on me right here. And I will give you guys a map. The blue X is where her fleet is, and the red X is where she needs to at least get to. Oh, Ina, I guess I can show you this too. If you scroll to the map to the left, that path is out in the ocean. I'm sorry, to the right. If you look at the map to the right, the red X is where that point is on all of her maps. All right. Does anybody want to do anything else on the ship, or talk to her, or ask her any questions before we move forward?
Just want to confirm, Harmana is still on the ship, yes?
She is not.
Ooh, she is gone. Don't know. No, she never said. She didn't say she was going anywhere. Ah, right.
Probably should have sent a guard.
How cruel would it be if I murdered her again?
Very.
No reason.
No.
Wouldn't put it past you, what?
Should
Like,
we
that's
try
a
to
fun deal.
go see her? I mean,
Again, I have a bad case of assuming you are much more of a bastard than you actually are. So
She
I'm
is
trying to relax on that.
generally well liked here. Generally. So.
Except for
Fine.
the many people who want her dead.
The few people who want her dead for their own political power.
Handful of people. No, the thing about a handful of people, if you put them all into a room, they're within fireball range.
Yeah, but they also have counterspells.
Yeah, that's why you put darkness on them first. They can't counterspell something they can't see.
Yeah, but what if they're a warlock?
Eh.
The ship
wait, I
isn't
forgot what
leaving
they don't
until
live
after we eat, and so we can still have time to check in on Harmana and what's going on with the Admiral.
I'm going to go to Golden Wind and say, "You still have that sword?"
I'm like, you see me in full like protective gear, as I am in the midst of making bombs. What's up? Oh, it's in the bag. Hey, you might not want to breathe this in.
I am breathing through my gills right now. What are you doing?
Preparing.
Do you have the spell identify?
Yeah, I got that.
I'd like you to use that. If you have it prepared or can cast it today, I'd like you to use it on that sword we got. It has a lot of information that we could use. I trust you'll enjoy getting information. As Cal tries to defuse, to be ready to pull the cat if the bomb goes off.
A likely situation.
Yeah, sure. Oh no! It's like trips and falls.
And
Catches
that was
before
how
you
we
hit.
lost the captain's curse.
And anyway, like that's why there's a massive hole in the dock. No. I'll put away my bomb making equipment and I'll pull out the sword and cast Identify as a ritual. But I assume we have 10 minutes.
Yeah, you have 10 minutes, that's fine. You're gonna cast Identify on the sword?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have the materials for it?
Oh shit. I thought my spellcasting focus would be enough.
No, you do need a valuable pearl and some alcohol.
I mean, I have the alcohol.
How much for the pearl?
I think
I think it's like
pearl,
300.
No, I think it's 100 gold.
Is it 100? Let me look at the spell.
I can look it
I
up
don't
for
have
you.
it.
I got it right here.
I was like, I don't have it prepared, which is the other reason why I need it to be a ritual.
Identify is a pearl worth 100 gold.
100.
That now I remember. That's why I'm like, I remember Von V could cast it without a. Right, she put the pearl inside of her paintbrush.
I mean, like, I'd probably just have, like, if we're gonna flavor it, I'd probably make that pearl into a special lens that I would look through. But I mean, you guys went to the shops, right? Like, we have 100 gold in like the ship's finances.
Yeah.
Like, we could say you like went to the shop and got me a pearl.
It's funny that we have that money on the ship, but I'm carrying around nothing as the captain.
You
Question
guys
mark.
have 45 gold on the ship.
I have the rest.
I was like, I don't have any gold on me, but also I didn't go out.
Ina is actually a treasurer.
100?
Yeah, you said we have 45.
Yeah, 45, yeah.
Okay, I'll toss in the other 55.
Okay, and you guys want to go out and get a pearl?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go and trade with the Navidars.
That's half my gold, guys. This better be worth it.
We need to get more gold, is what I'm hearing.
We need to go on a job soon.
One Navidar. Or you can get the gold for, or you can get the pearl full price from the Ruby Alliance at a setup shop in town. One Navidar, or multiple Navidars are willing to trade you for a pearl, all of them more than 100 gold. One is willing to do it for 60 and a fish that weighs at least 10 pounds.
I can get a fish.
You can
That weighs
get a
10
fish.
pounds?
Kalbahari and I can.
It's a big roll. You want to do it?
Cal, let's go catch a fish.
Alright.
Alright, let me look at the
I'll
foraging
carry it.
rules because it's been a while, but I think it's like you roll a d10 and you only get that on the big one. Let's see.
I figure swim down into the deeper parts of the port. Catch a fish.
Okay.
I mean, I'm already in the water. If you're coming down, you're gonna find me, and I have a big net.
I've got my net and my trident.
Cool.
I got a hammer.
Marai fishing crew.
As you guys swim past, Enrique's dad, who's been out all morning with Melon, is gonna say, "Dang nabbit fish people! Fish like a real." Okay.
I'll grab
Dang
it.
damn it, fish people taking all our jobs!
I'm gonna find a decent sized fish that I can get quickly and bring it to Enrique's dad.
Okay. So roll me a foraging DC. It is a wisdom survival check. On a successful check, you get to roll 1d6 plus the wisdom modifier.
Can I? Do you want me to roll it? I have a +6. Do you want to provide the help action?
Yeah.
Have a guidance.
Guidance?
It swims faster than I do, so I figure I startle the fish. It swims towards Cal.
Okay. You're in a land of abundant food and water, so it's DC 10. The thing is, you're basically really banking on luck of if you get this
Okay.
giant fish. Go for it. All right. Roll me a d6 plus your wisdom modifier.
So my wisdom modifier is a 3, so let me just roll. Where is the dice roller? Fuck, dude. D6, and I'm just gonna add 3 to it. I got a 9.
9. Cal, since that is so close to max, and you did so well in that survival, I will throw you a bone. And as you are dragging the fish underwater, you think, yeah, it's about it. It's about right. About 9-ish pounds. That said, you guys can come up from the bay and go to the northern shores, where most Navidars launch from and store a lot of their smaller vessels and trade with these people. You get the pearl, and I said they'll do it for 48. Or 68. So subtract 68 gold, and you can have a pearl worth 100, and you trade what looks to be quite a astounding catch.
Maybe look at it closer.
As you guys are walking back to your ship, Two friends are going to stop you on the docks.
Who are those friends?
You know them. You love them. From session 1. Or wait, nope. Session 2. The Gaiori Knight and Researcher. Neonelia is going to approach you, her bodyguard in tow. She's going to say, unfortunately, we were heading back to Undar, but the Grand Arcanomancer has insisted. She does not want us to leave port until we've gotten at least any information from you. I fear this might be our last time meeting on friendly accords. We're very willing to trade, and we have rarities that can't be found in anywhere else in the world.
As do I. And I will be frank, most rarities do not concern this moment. What you are asking of me, I have said once, and I will say again. It is not for you to learn. It is not my room to teach. I appreciate your friendly gestures up until this point, but needless to say, you stalking me has also started to irritate me.
She'll nod and say, we have orders to bring you back to Undar the next time we meet. She shakes her head. I just want to learn about the past so that we can better guide our future. I'm sorry it came to this. Dextra has a gigantic shit-eating smile on her face.
And this is whilst we're busy doing our fishing shit, right?
Yeah, as you guys are walking back from trading, as you're heading to where the boat is docked, they are also docked in town.
Tua's going to step forward and say, we do not take kindly to threats, but we are willing to return to sender, as one might say.
Neonelia is going to say, oh, trust me, if it was up to me, I wouldn't even have the Gaiori here negotiating with me. These matters of the mind, I would much rather do this at the Nave. But she shakes her head and says, you're done. Dexter is going to say, you're done with her, and you start with me. And it's not a threat. It's a warning.
And I'm not issuing a threat. I'm issuing a promise.
I'm gonna eat you.
And I'm the civilized one here.
I'm not.
You want to... Hold on, wait. Actually, you want to know what is used to hunt down Leviathans?
She is going to shake her head and say, no, we want to learn how to better ward them away from our shores and ports.
Avoid
Cal,
drawing their ire.
You can roll me a intelligence check. If you're
I'm not
trained in
good at
history, you can add history to it.
I am not trained in history. Let's see how
I'll
smart Cal
allow it
is.
as survival if you so desire.
I would love
I'll
it
give
as
you
survival.
different information as survival.
I did not mean to roll with advantage. I'm sorry. Wow, I rolled a nat 1.
Ina has the same ability if you so desire. I'll extend it to Tuir, but otherwise to Cal, it doesn't make sense why this would be relevant to them. Ina, I'll give you additional information as to yeah, there are a lot of sea creatures right now. Tuir killing it.
I mean, there we go. It had to snap back.
Ina, as for deep sea creatures, there are a lot of them right now from the Darkwater event. However, for the massive and terrifying ones, a lot of the times the water around a decent port that's sheltered like from the sea, because you don't want just like an open sea port. A decent port, the water would be way too shallow for them anyways.
You don't need to shoo them away from ports. It's too shallow.
She's going to say, Undar is expanding, and we're not limited to ports on shore. However, expansion comes with its own issues.
What, you're expanding into the deep ocean?
I think I've said too much.
I think you have.
I'm sorry it's come to this. Neonelia will bow. Daxra is going to say, I'd cut port fast if I was you.
I'd stay away if I were you.
I'm gonna kind of subtly be like, guys, should we just kill them now?
They're going to step aside, letting you guys go. It is a very contrasting difference between the two Undar diplomats.
At least the mean one?
It's not worth it.
As you guys are walking, on the bow of your ship, almost a terrifying figure of death. There is a Ironwind pirate standing over the railing, arms crossed, looking down on you guys with near murder in her eyes.
I'm gonna blow a kiss.
As you all get back on the boat, she's gonna say, "You have dealings with the Gaiori?"
The Gaiori want information I have, and I don't feel like sharing it.
Tell me.
And
that.
apparently they're done playing nice.
Oh, playing nice. We're gonna kill them?
For as far as you need to know, we have told them to fuck off twice.
Right.
We have told them that if they try a third, that they're going to regret it.
A fourth. Now, we already did no 3 times.
Was that the same people on the boat?
They were the same people on the boat. They were chasing me.
I want the pretty one. Alive.
Was the pretty one the one that was closer to ripping my head off, or the one that was too bashful to get close?
We will make it clear now we don't approve of slavery.
She's gonna say, no, just gonna ask her some questions with the dagger.
That's fine.
Torture! Completely fine.
Oh, okay, let's not. Okay, we'll cross that bridge.
I did promise to eat one of them. So I've threatened that now, so like now if we do beat them, I kind of have to do some of that. because otherwise, reputation, threats not carried through, etc. So just be aware. I need at least some. Of them.
Remember, people are friends, not food.
I know, but I forgot at the moment, and the old captain always said that if I threaten something, I have to go through with it.
They're going to be coming after us in port tomorrow morning, probably by sunrise.
We should be out of here by then anyway.
I say we should
don't.
be leaving now.
We don't have much of a crew. They can follow us.
I can go ask around the brown bars if there's anybody we can get as
It's
do
okay, we have
miscellaneous
the
stuff.
The two of
Forget,
them,
we have the golden wind solution.
the two of them aren't going to be much of a problem for us. It's whatever
They have-
reinforcements they called. They'll be
That's what I'm-
here quick. Undar's got a port just north of here.
Who wants to go recruiting?
Me.
I couldn't hear
I'm great
anything
at
for
recruiting.
about 40 seconds.
Say that
What
again.
just happened? I couldn't hear anything for about 30 seconds. What just happened?
Oh, she informed you the two of them aren't going to be much of a issue. Undar has a port just north of here. The reinforcements are going to be the problem.
Hence the recruit. Gotcha.
Well, let's not forget, we do have the golden wind solution for making sure they are unable to follow us out in the deep.
No, I also have a stupid Hail Mary play, and I hate it.
What you mean, using it on them?
No, I didn't kill it. I can send a sending to it and say that there's a feast.
Sorry, didn't kill what?
Levy.
You know what, I'm not gonna ask.
It means Leviathan. It's just a cute nickname.
Right.
The pirate is going to speak up and say, I know where we can get some crewmates if you want. It'll be dangerous, and once we're in it, we only get out if we're successful.
Let's confer with the rest of the crew before we make any sort of decisions.
I think it's time for breakfast. Or for lunch.
Alright, you guys can all get together.
I'm gonna be talking to the new navigator, like, oh, you're gonna love this part. My brother's the best cook on this side of the seas.
Cal's bio is right now flickering on and off, like pulsing. Just, he is pissed.
She is actually excited for the food. She's gonna say, I've been stuck hiding in one corner or another. I haven't had time for a real good meal.
Save my
There's a lot of cars and gas! Like, don't come down here for a minute! I'm still airing out!
Alright, outside the kitchen, you guys can set up a place large enough for all of you to eat.
I'm not hungry at the moment. I'll eat something later.
Okay. Feivu is up and moving, finally. Her last level of exhaustion is gone.
I think Golden
Welcome back to the land of the living.
She'll stretch and say, ooh, we gotta get somebody to fill in these gaps. Alright, I'm ready for another day. We leaving port tonight?
We're gonna do some recruiting after lunch, so we can fill in those gaps. Because we're probably gonna have to fight.
Long story short, remember the ship that chased us after we left the princess place mansion.
That Gaiori slew. Yeah.
Yeah, now they're willing to use force to get what they want, and we've told them to piss off again. So we're gonna be leaving soon. I'm gonna go have a nap.
Fucking Undar's on the other side of the continent. Let's just kill them and be done with it.
That's what I said.
The navigator is going to speak up and say, "They ain't as far as you think they are."
Especially with what information we just gathered.
We got maybe
Favor's
a
gonna say, "Who's she?"
day.
Our new
Oh,
navigator.
new navigator.
Tua's gonna head off to his room and go trance for a bit.
She's an Ironwind pirate. We're okay with that?
Temporary new navigator.
I'm willing to work with anyone as long as they don't stab me in the back.
You became my first mate with barely knowing you. This seems appropriate.
She's gonna say, "I'm an Ironwind pirate, but I've sailed all the eastern straits, all the southern straits, and I've had some fun in the Tide Gate. You won't find somebody who knows much more about the inner sea than me." Favor will shrug and say, "Okay, I just didn't think we'd be getting mixed up with the Crown. I only ever heard stories of them."
I'm gonna roll a history check if I've ever heard about the Crown.
Go for it.
Oh, not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, Cal, it's hard to escape the rumors of them, even though they control the area north of Heimsdale that's known as a lawless region. Just affiliates and their faction kind of gets everywhere in southern Galkin. That said, for Cal, you have heard of the Crown. They are a group of bandit collectives, multiple different giant bandit clans that have come together, and each member of the Crown has a different specialty. Two have gone silent, but two are still around: Princess Baldari and Princess Darbahari.
Good to know.
At that, the pirate is going to speak up and say, "I won't make too much of a ruckus while I'm here. I know how to take orders. I know what it takes to get a ship moving. You don't have to worry about me being a nuisance."
Hi, how are you?
Speaking of nuisances, this is Golden Wind.
You're new. You smell weird.
Golden Wind, give me a perception check.
Sure.
You are going to beat it. Golden Wind clutched between her fingers is a crystalline gemstone that the material looks unfamiliar to you. You only catch the faintest glimpse of it as she recoils as you appear out
It's
and
like,
greet her.
oh, what's that? I haven't seen that before.
Golden,
Like,
polite.
go-
First meetings, we be polite, remember?
I'm being polite. What's that?
She's gonna say, "Stole it off those Gaiori. And
Cool.
it's
Wait.
not for trade."
Oh, come on. I just want to know what it is. I can identify it.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Ah, yes. Persuasion. Something I'm incredibly good at.
How do you persuade her to try and tell you?
Get nice, get nice.
Yes. Kid knife. Like big eyes, and maybe like holding like a bottle or two.
She's going to say, Gaiori structures seem to be floating in some link chain. They got this weird crystal thing that you need to find them.
Ooh, but how does it work?
That would explain why they are.
I don't know, but
Well,
my
like, why don't we
captain
find out?
wants this one. She'll give more information, and she'll say, look, our first mate got swiped up by them, floating prison somewhere in the inner sea.
Oh.
We needed a way to find it, and we got one. And I just needed to get it back to them.
Fuck, what's our crewmate's name? No,
Me?
the guy we picked up. Not Loyal.
Len.
Yeah, not Len.
Yeah,
No,
it's
Len
like,
is
all right.
his real, or is his name currently from the
Len is his name
Yeah, it's
now.
not Len.
But it's just like, all right. Not Len, didn't we pick you up in one of those?
He's going to shake his head and say, no, I was traded by the Heimsdale Navy and one of their prisoner transports. Is that where it was heading?
No.
I mean, good chance.
Oh.
The
Cal is saying this
pirate is going to say, don't worry, I can find it, but I need this. And she holds it up above, like, not above her head, as, like, triumphantly, like, above her head to stop Golden Wind from trying to swipe it.
I just imagine, like, the cat just, like, paw swipes and not, like, super trying.
I'm gonna hold Golden back.
Can I roll any kind of check to see what I can view now that it's above her head? Not steal it, but just looking at it because I'm above her.
Sure. I mean, she doesn't trust you guys. You can ask her to show it to you if you want to try persuasion instead.
I'm just going to say, can I at least look at it? I am not going to steal it from your hand. You will hold on to it the entire time.
Yeah, you're not gonna have to roll for that. She'll say, hey, or she won't say anything. She'll open her palm and show it.
Right.
Cal, this.
Yes.
Roll me a history check.
Do I? Any? Oh boy. Cal, please roll high. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm
going to roll a
you-
misfortune check
Okay.
just to,
Go
before you
ahead
say
and
it.
add or take 30 misfortune.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever gotten misfortune.
That's fine.
Nope.
Oh,
That's even worse.
you've never
Talk about misfortune.
You've never seen a stone like this. It looks vaguely familiar, but it is cut and it is angled. The top half of it the top half of it is like a diamond. The bottom half of it is kind of a bulbous, like, polyhedral structure. It can stand on its own if she was to let it go. It is about it's about 2/3 the size of her finger in terms of length, maybe 3 inches tall, and 1.5 inches wide.
Rings a faint bell, but the bell's too faint to be able to pick up anything.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Actually, weirdly, can I roll an Arcana with that, or?
yeah, I'll let you.
See, this is where.
You know what? I also want to roll a misfortune because I actually have a good.
Okay, add 30 misfortune.
I now have 30 misfortune. Wow.
Wow,
Okay.
life is mean to you guys.
E, what did you do to me?
Exist!
Why
That's
have you
rough,
done
buddy.
this?
Can anyone make that roll?
Yeah, Cal asked me if he could. Do you want to make it for Ina Ina?
I
I kind of do too.
I love shiny things.
That's why I'm just like, she can hold on to it, we will not take it from her hands, and she can look at us the entire time to see we're not going to grab it from her. Right, Golden Wind?
That?
See, he's too dumb to grab anything.
E,
Ina
what did you
Ina.
do to me?
I'm really good at shiny things.
Ina Ina,
This is the thing. This is the thing that we're.
roll me a d20, and you are trying to get above a 6. Beautiful. Ina Ina, you look at this, and you are going to recognize it for a moment. As you try and place where you've seen this before. Let's see. I want different music. As you try and place where you've seen this before, you start inhaling a sharp gasp. And you wild magic surge.
Oh no.
Question: how far are we from the explosive barrels?
No, you're not gonna roll a d100. This is a special wild magic surge.
It's the full flow.
No, actually, I wasn't expecting to get to this tonight. I will give you.
What does that mean?
Oh no.
I'll give you the one I have prepared. Ina, you are no longer on the ship. Click create an NPC with that. And click that cog over on the side. It should be created for you. Hold on. Let's see.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, you've got all of it there? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Ina, you are no longer on the ship. Your friends are not around you. Surprisingly, you look down, your skin's not even blue. You know your name, you feel your face. You are Eileen. As you are coming to with your new form, people are shouting around you and say, Eileen, this echo's not gonna last, come on! You turn to look, and the town is on fire. There are you and a handful of other people fighting what seems to be undead monstrosities. I won't make you roll anything or go through this whole combat scenario because I haven't rolled it all up yet, but if you want to do anything, I can describe more. If you want to talk to people, I can.
So I'm in some town. There's undead monstrosities attacking, and it's on fire.
It is on fire. You have the statistics of Eileen, not Ina.
Do I know that?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't cast Tidal Wave.
You can try and cast Tidal
I
Wave.
would like to try and cast Tidal Wave.
You are unable to cast Tidal Wave. Since when have you ever been able to cast that spell?
Oh, of course. No, I can't cast that. situations before. I'm not gonna stop and think about it. I'm just going in to help.
Okay. Do you want me to just roll like a D100 of any information you pick up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I just want to be like trying to help people get out, trying to put out fires.
Ina, you are gone for probably about an hour. Running through here helping. You break off from the main group. You, a lady named Acadirius, and a lady named Nadia, help the town of Esperina against a Archblight invasion brought on by a Shatterer renewed.
Sorry, did you say Esperina?
Yes.
You told us earlier that was the previous name of Witch's Fist.
Yes. After about a hour, Ina, as you go to cast another spell to help Acadiris, you feel your hand and a familiar sensation, and you look, and next to your hand is Eileen's hand. The other half of your hand that's moving is Ina, and as you try and like understand both sensations, you are back in your body, and you have just finished sneezing.
What the bridge?
The pirate
Everything
is
okay?
gonna say, "You good, kid?" Ina.
How long was I gone?
You've seen this type of crystal before. It is something that forms around from ley lines. You've seen it in mass around the Earthfire in not Matuka Ori. What's the name of that city? The Yes, Imhai Kaliquis.
I still know that.
This is a much more cut version of it, but yes, this has some connection to the ley lines.
I know where they're getting those.
Where?
Wait, who's Eileen? Wait,
Who?
sorry, what are we talking about? How long have I gone?
The pirate's gonna say, "I just showed you this a few seconds ago. You gasped, sneezed, and you're right here. You didn't go anywhere. You never left. Are you good?"
Wait, I didn't do...
She's probably having oxygen problems. I sailed with the Murray before. Throw some water on her. Got a bucket?
Not how it works. That is how it works for some of us. That is not how it works for me. No, sorry, just a bit jumbled. I'm seeing...
Love, I don't think you're using your push to talk.
I'm not,
right?
because I'm listening to your mic, because I have you unmuted, and
I just...
You okay, Ina?
I just unmuted. I muted my microphone.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, just got a bit lost for a sec. I've seen that type of crystal before. Cal, did you ever visit the capital down below?
I think. For a brief moment.
So, there's a sunken earth fire in the ocean, right? Those types of crystals form around it on the ley lines, I think they're called. They're probably getting them from either an earth fire or more ley lines.
You forget I crawled out of one, right?
I did forget that. To be fair, out of character, I was trying to ask about Imhai, which isn't an earth fire. But then I pivoted because I don't know that you ever visited that.
Sorry. That's where I remember it from.
Yeah, they form around, like, high concentrations of magic. I've never seen one that processed, though.
That would explain why I wouldn't recognize it. He's going to look at the pirate and say, "Looks like my ordeal is connected to yours. Good to know."
Totally random question while everyone's here. Has anyone heard of a city called Esperina?
Yes.
Asperina is the city that we're in right now, but
It's back there.
before the fall.
Ah, right. That's why I've heard it before. Thanks. Sorry, it's been bugging me.
Why?
Just couldn't remember.
I don't think I need to roll an insight check. And Cal's going to give Ina that look of, you're lying.
And Ina's gonna look back perfectly innocently. Just like, I say random stuff all the time. What are you talking about?
Let's see that insight check for Cal.
I'll give it
just
to
have an
advantage with.
body.
Oh my god.
You still
We've
want
known
that
each other
advantage?
too long. Gonna do my best to communicate with my eyes, like, not now.
No, Cal understands. It's just, and he is going to. Hold on, let me just.
So all the fun stuff happens whenever Twer goes for a nap.
Nothing fun happened. Don't know what you're talking about. I
mean,
just.
Twer very much doesn't.
Cal makes this sign with his hands, and that is all context that Ina gives.
What sign is it in Season Skies?
Yes. For those who don't know, I posted the ASL sign for later.
I didn't know Cal knew C-Scanned.
He doesn't.
It's just our personal communications as well.
All right. At that though, the pirate is going to speak up and say, I can navigate to the prison, and if we're gonna have Gaiori after us, she shrugs and says, might as well hit them when they're not expecting it. If we can free my first mate, I'll be a hero when we return to shore.
We'll need the bigger crew. Want to split up and try to look?
No.
No, you're staying. You're staying on this ship.
We know where we have to go. It's sailing.
I think I need to rest for a bit. I'll stay on the ship this time.
I'm gonna go see what I can. After, and I'm going to state this. We've been talking while we've been eating, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just pick a random district for Cal to try to look for people in.
Wait, didn't the navigator earlier say she knew a place?
Yeah.
Or who said they knew a
Yes,
place?
she did. She said if you go, it's all in and you only get out if you're successful. Talking with her more, she'll explain further. Prison bus. If you go to their island and you can break out anyone, all of those people would have beef with the Gaiori.
we're on good terms with the Admiral right now. I don't
Former
think we
Admiral.
want
Yeah,
to
maybe
jeopardize.
not.
Former
We don't know that
No,
she's.
no.
We don't know that
Not-
she didn't step down.
Not Heimsdale.
I know.
It's the Gaiori prison.
But it's going to cause a diplomatic incident.
Oh yeah.
No, we're pirates.
She did
Fine.
ask you at the start if you guys were cool with her killing international diplomats.
Did she?
She asked. Yeah, that was her first question to Nefria.
Literally, the first question.
The pirate. I thought you meant the admiral.
We are.
Oh, no.
We are on. I believe we're going to be like, pirates, right? Like, we're nice pirates, but we're still pirates.
Yeah, I'm down.
But we
Nefria said
give
as long
it
as
the
they
condition
deserve
that
it.
it's under the right conditions.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do some last minute recruiting first before we.
Just thinking, like, we could get
Get
a lot
desperate.
of crew really quickly if we do this.
Hey, DM, quick question.
Yes.
The Gaiori are bastards, right?
The Gaiori are bastards. Roll me a history check. And
No,
as a player, what are you trying to figure out?
Oh no,
You're
obviously
gonna get
to our
information.
to our trick is, will not harm anyone unless they're beyond redemption. The Gaiori, would he consider them beyond redemption?
Okay, so Tuer
At
has
the very
sailed
least, as an organization.
in the Thorns before. The Gaiori are hard to pin down. Again, give me a history check, and I'm going to give you information that you have as a player from.
Since I'm
From-
in a little bit trancing long rest, I'm just gonna roll it flat.
That's fine. But I will give you a good amount of information regardless. I'm just kind of like thinking what Tuer's interaction with them, because in the Thorns he would have quite a bit.
I mean, this is definitely a conversation we can have later outside a game where things can be clarified. Just as a general overview, they're bastards. Okay, we'll clarify later.
They're ambiguous enough where we could write them off as bastards. Just forget about it.
Yeah, but we'll go over that later, DM.
Okay.
Outside of session.
Cal would try to do this. Okay. Above table, the thing I'm planning on having Cal do is sending to the sending to the former admiral, saying, we have the item, we just need to identify it. And I have someone I trust to identify it. Would you be willing to hear what they say for proof of the sword? I can't say that. I am limited on text because it's a text message. And
Quick question. We already told the admiral about the sword. I'm pretty sure.
That's fair. That's why I'm saying it above table.
By the way, you didn't tell me what that sword did. We just said we identified it.
No, we need to identify it. We
Did
were
we get
getting items. No, we were getting the pearl for you to identify it. You haven't been able to identify it yet.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet because they got ran into the Gaiori off the ship.
Okay.
Identify the sword, and if we can, basically, I'm trying to remember. Do we have the sword, or does Admiral have the sword?
Golden one has the sword.
Golden one.
I
has
have
it.
the sword.
Okay, Goldenman has the sword. We can, above table, either Cal is going to send a message to the Admiral saying we have proof of it, it's the sword, and we're going to identify in front of you. Or Cal is going to try and go into one of the gates to try and look for somebody. Specifically, the Gloom's Gate, Gloom's Gate, Shadow Court, or Dock Sword.
My bias recommendation is finish up the storyline with the Vice Admiral before you guys start anything. Put the nail in the coffin.
And
Because you guys mostly have him.
we mostly have him, and then maybe try to use leverage with this story saying, because I helped you out with this, I would appreciate some help dealing with an individual group that keeps hunting me down. We would have the Admiral on our side and possibly get the new recruit that way, having her stationed with us.
The healer?
Yes.
Lonely, yeah.
Wonderful.
I like this course of action. I just don't think that doing the sending to the Admiral with the information we currently have and what we've already discussed is actually going to do anything towards that end.
I would.
Other than requesting a pearl.
No, we already have the pearl.
Yeah, you have the pearl.
Oh, okay, then just move on to identifying and go back to what's her face?
Levy.
That's why I'm saying go to her, identify in front of her, so that way she knows we're not lying.
Right, okay, now I get what you're saying.
And using that information to kind of have that conversation, having Cal go with Golden Wind. Everybody else can go to other things, splitting the party or doing whatever. I don't think everybody needs to go for this specific interaction, just for reasons of we want to get as many people, we all agree that we need to get as many people as we can before nightfall.
Agreed. I do want more people before nightfall. And I don't think I can contribute to identifying the stone. I'm completely useless with it.
The only other thing I would suggest is somebody who's good at talking coming as well, because we have Chaotic Gremlin and person with a 0 in charisma.
Okay. Well, 2 hours in the middle of a trance. 2 hours in the middle of the trance, that takes 4 hours. It's been roughly an hour so far. So, if you can hold off on that for 3 hours, then I can come along fully refreshed with charisma and persuasion boost.
I think
Well-
I can take Enrique, or I can take Ina.
My idea is going to be, let's send Kalbahari and Enrique to do the identify with Golden Wind. Let's have Tuer and I stay on the ship. We can rest. When I'm done resting, we can go out again and recruit people. And then we can have Nifria and Fevu go and recruit, since they're the captain and first mate. And I know Roriku's player is away, but we could send Roriku along just so there's another person with them.
Okay.
Or even just leave her Roriku behind with Notlin and the Ironwind pirates, just to make sure shit doesn't go south.
We're getting close to our end time, so I do want to cover some more stuff before the end of the session. So, like, I will have us done before 9:30, but I am going to push forward with this plan if that's okay.
Yeah.
And I will speed through people. Cal, Goldenwind, Enrique, you are going to head off to the Admiral, giving her forewarning, and she is going to respond with, "Good, when you arrive, I will issue my judgment, or my final decision." Tuir and Ina, you can rest on the ship. Ina, moving about the ship, it takes a while as you are doing your own thing, playing with chickens, cleaning up where need be, returning things to where they should go. On one of your tasks, it brings you to the captain's quarters. On the wall of the captain's quarters, you are going to see a giant portrait of, you recognize the name and the woman that you helped in your vision. It is Lady Acadirius Kralos. that the portrait that Nefria took from the princess's estate. The portrait labels her, is under her label has the Unrelenting Dragoness as the title of the piece. That said, that's all of you guys.
Acadarius Kralos.
Yes. I can copy her name into chat if.
No, I have it.
Yeah, this is for Ina. Okay. All right. Cal, Goldenwind, Enrique. You all are going to be loosely recognized and welcomed into Wetchard's Fist. Let's go with this, and I need to roll one other thing. As you all are walking down the road that leads into the military ward, you see Harmana. She is helping different people clean the fronts of their buildings and replace stones in the road. Cleaning up from, unfortunately, the massacre from last night. It is going to be a long process, so you pretty much know where you can find her for the future.
Okay.
She does wave at you guys going by. That said, heading into the fortress, you all will be escorted into the Admiral's personal office. In here, there are different framed ledgers and parchments, a whole wall of them, of orders and placements from the Queen directly. All of the decorations that she's gotten, several different statues that she's draped her jackets and cloaks over. The place is, while impressive, it is not as tidy as you'd expect a naval admiral to keep their personal quarters, but this is her office for not work-related stuff. As you come in, she is, or as you guys are led here, she's not here. She comes in a few moments after. Walking with her is Vice Admiral Tarlo, or Vice Admiral Tav Varlo. I'm sorry.
Darn.
She will step in, and him with her, and she'll gesture for their attendants and guards to leave. Varlo is going to say, "You're really going through with this." She's gonna say, "It's a personal matter now, if you betrayed my trust." He's gonna nod and look at the rest of you in the room. Goldenwind, you have the sword?
Yes.
He's gonna say, "Save your spell." Nevi, you know I'd follow you to the bridge. You know I'd fight Renolta herself by your side. but yes, I'm responsible for all of this in town. Admiral Alarai will cross her arms, and he'll say, "The damn crown's taken over Kraylor's fists. Half the sea is closed to us. The Darkened Veil moves through the Duraeus Desert when our nation needs us most. You and I, we were supposed to be fighting pirates in the Eastern Straits, leading the charge, a whole armada to take it back. Instead, you asked me to come out here? In these nowhere peaceful waters." He shakes his head and says, "I was trying to get one of us to leave this post. Even both of us. But, I'll accept my actions. Whatever judgment you see fit." And
What, you were just an adrenaline junkie?
I
Ina's not there.
I don't get it.
May I speak for a moment and correct you on perhaps this place not being as peaceful as you thought it would be?
He's going to say, my goal was to get some amount of accolade with our queen, and once we got this port under control where she couldn't, I could move myself to the Eastern Straits, but it went too far, too much. Admiral Alarai is going to speak up and say, "Execution. For defying the Queen's orders and risking the safety of all of Heimsdale." He'll nod and say, "And Swordhaven?" "And Swordhaven. Do I get my Arcanist to take me there?" She's gonna shake her head and say, "You'll get the same prisoner treatment as everyone else. And for my service, your accommodations will be nice." He nods and says, "Thank you."
Just out of character, he's taking this surprisingly well.
I don't get to kill him. But at least he'll die.
At least he's dead.
Yeah.
I have an issue as well, though, I'd like to bring up to your attention, Admiral. When I said this place wasn't as peaceful, I trust you. And I wish to ask for some mild assistance. Sorry. I need a lot of assistance.
Nevi is going to look towards you and say, "I'll start by forgiving that docking debt for your ship."
I thought that was already taken care of.
We've just
No, you guys never
No.
did
We
ran away.
request for her.
Oh no, okay, that's right. We just forgot. It's like,
We didn't
oh, right.
forget. We intended
That-
to.
I mean,
Do you
Will be
yeah,
great.
sure, thanks.
I am grateful for that. But my issue arises where there's going to be trouble coming tomorrow morning with my ship, even after. The Gaioi are after me for information that I refuse to give them. And I need help assembling a crew. The remaining of the crew.
I'd like to give an assist.
Well, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. She'll say, the Gaiori are in port as honored guests. Diplomats who have contacted the Ruby Stones first. They're not going to attack while you are sheltered in our waters. It's when you leave them that I can't guarantee anything for you. If they do attack you, though, they do throw away all favor and all restraint and chains that I have when dealing with them. And I can assure you, my vengeance will be swift.
I wish to reiterate, I have information they care about. You and I both know very well what a cleric can do. And I cannot control whether or not I'm able to give that information willingly after I am parted. I do not wish to give that information to anyone who has not earned it. I'm wanting to try and help with the issues that are arising from the Gaiori. They have threatened, and I am just merely wanting to defend myself. They have threatened people I cared about. I trust you to make it swift.
Where does
once
your
they
journey lead after leaving Wetchard's Fist?
Out of character. Wait, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It leads to the Eastern Straits.
So you'll go through Nortvigar first.
Most likely.
You know, I could probably get the portmaster of Nortvigar to allow you to transport some displaced individuals stuck in town. If you're on official business of the Queen, attacking you would be attacking your ship would be a attack on a Heimsdale Navy vessel.
I agree. And I would greatly appreciate it if we had some company to ensure that they know that we are working with Heimsdale at the moment.
She'll nod. Vice Admiral Tavarlo is in the room, and he's going to speak up and say, I think this would require a more heavy hand, Navi. I know I'm not your Vice Admiral anymore, but for them to threaten a ship in your port, that requires response. Navi is going to say, yes, but this port's seen enough blood. For now.
I agree. I do not wish any innocents' lives to get in risk or danger because of my existence on this island. is the exact opposite of why I was surfaced in the first place.
She'll nod and say, the portmaster and I have to work together from North Vigar, as many of our supplies pass through North Vigar before they come here. I'll see what I can do on your behalf. Until then, let's stop or let's take a break and have a drink.
I'd agree.
I love that idea.
She'll look to Farlow and she'll say, "Old friend?" He'll nod and say, "Old friend." Nevi will go and grab one of her personal bottles and grab a few glasses and pour everybody a nice bit of Rian wine. But we'll stop there for the night, if that's okay with everyone. And
I'm
we'll
13.
You don't get one.
Golden Wind, go home.
He gets
Everyone
juice.
else does.
This grape juice tastes funny.
Alright, we'll pick up there next session.
I did not mean to take the spotlight. I am sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, that's good.
You're good.
I'm happy I didn't.
Mhm.
And also that I got to, at the same time, also got to do a bit of my persuady stuff.
Yes.
I would like you guys to know that we are not done with that scenario. By the way, the one Ina was in.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Ina
yeah.
and Nafria now
Nafria.
have been in it.
Well, I'm just surprised he gave up so easily. I was just expecting something.
Expecting
Yeah.
a lot more of a fight.
You guys can sit and talk with Tavarlo and Nevi, and I will give you additional information that's not covered in the session of what your players gather. But I will explain that off screen, or maybe on stream. No, off stream, and then
Okay.
in addition to that, no, her name is not Nami. Jordan. You guys have not learned her name, but it is. I do have her name recorded.
Oh, I just realized it. Okay.
The pirate navigator.
Yeah, yeah.
That said, I am going to subtract 10 misfortune from Insomni and 10 misfortune from Cal, and I think Tuer took misfortune too. I'm going to subtract 10.
I do have quite a chunk of misfortune.
Yeah, and then in addition to that, I am going to give the whole party. I'm going to give the whole party 1 loot point as you sit and drink with Admiral Nevi. You can ask her about some of the things in her office, and she will laugh and joke and say, "Hey, take that one with you." And
It's good to have friends in high places.
yeah, amongst those, you guys can split up what you get. So 1 loot point for everybody, and yeah, let's end the session there. Our next session is on the 29th. I may be traveling for it. I will let everybody know well beforehand.
You mean 28th?
28th. But for now, count on a session.
Okay.
All right. If you're watching, you are welcome to hang out with us. Thank you. Have a good night.